How are you doing today? I'm Grace. Welcome to my channel, The Blooming Lotus in Paramita. Today I'm in the Bowl Lake and we are going to talk about the liberation and Buddhism cultivations. As we all know that the ultimate liberation, we also call it enlightenment, is the direction of our Buddhism cultivations. However, people always complain that Buddhism cultivation requires keeping precepts, and there are so many things we could not do. We could not lie, we could not drink alcohol, and we could not hurt people. Some people even say that it is take the price of freedom to pursuing the liberation. But my opinion is different. I believe that the way that we are pursuing the liberation is the way that we release ourselves from all the restrictions of this world. The reasons and examples, I have a lot. How about we start from my story? I was a lawyer in China and I have been practicing law for 14 years. I became a Buddhist 10 years ago. Before I became a Buddhist, I believe that I am a rational and very logic people. Even at the beginning of my Buddhism cultivation, I still believed that the Buddhism philosophy should be pursued or explored by our logic. But since I met my Buddhism master and became a Buddhist, started my Buddhism cultivation, things changed. In my 10 years Buddhism cultivation, I did 3 things which I believe that changed my life. The first one is I tried to do not work that much and started to travel around the world. If there are some cities or countries that I like very much, I'll find a way to stay for a couple months or even for half a year to enjoy the local life and learn a local language. Now I traveled to 87 countries in the world. I experienced the different lifestyle and the different people, which expand my horizon, enhancing my Buddhism cultivations. The second one is I kept myself a happy bachelor so far. In my opinion, keeping Buddhism cultivations, pursuing and exploring the truth of life and the universe is much more essential and happier than pursuing and maintaining a marriage. The third thing is I finally entered Canada. I immigrated to Canada. Although it took some price, but I believe that what I paid is totally worth it. When I got my permanent residency, I had a sense that now I can pursue something different. I can finally pursue something belong to this freedom world and achieve the liberation in other levels. When I finished those irrational things and came back to my office, I found that our law firm is still there and they didn't close yet. My assistant, she didn't lose her job. My clients, most of them are still there and were nice to me. So I was wondering, maybe I wasn't that important than I thought for them. But what I did was too important for me. In these 10 years, I became peaceful and I'm not self-centered anymore. I do not have to worry, anxious for losing clients. I start to follow my heart instead of follow the rules and the so-called standard from different group. I was a lawyer. I have my own dream But those three things I've mentioned about are definitely out of my imagination before I started my Buddhism cultivation. When I was 20, when I was working so hard in that law firm, I told myself, no matter what I have to pay, I need to be successful. What I want was love, lots of love and money, which can make me security. But today, when I look back to my 20s, I realize those sense of accomplishment, a sense of security, and the expectation of marriage is just something, there's some illusion that I draw for myself. Because of this illusion, I have to work hard. I have to go to my office every day. Because of this illusion, I have to pay whatever I do not want to pay for my success. Because of this illusion, I have to bear with anxious and nobody can help me. And my Buddhism cultivation changed everything. Because of following Buddha's teaching, I believe that I, myself, have the same wonderful wisdom like Buddha. So, I could be and I should be an independent individual who do not count on someone, who do not rely on someone to live, to attain the enlightenment. Because of following Buddha's teaching, I believe that the mountain, the river, the lake, the deer that I just took a picture of it will become a Buddha someday. We will shine each other in Buddha's heart and nature sea. So I observe my mind and my thoughts. I try to not make any evil karma, try to not hurt people. I understand that treat people nicely is treat myself kind. Because of following Buddha's teaching, I realized that I must have a lot of habitual tendency of ignorance. Those ignorance can lead me to the wrong directions. So I have to keep percepts and polish my samadhi, reveal my original wisdom. Then I can be less influenced by them. I also understand that besides me, all beings in this world have their own habitual tendency. And time to time, they will put their standard, their tendency on me and ask me to meet their requirements. So I have to be wisdom enough to be not influenced by them. There are so many restrictions and rules for us, and people tend to set up standard and restrictions for each other, which we have to be aware of it, because the liberation we are pursuing is that we can be an independent individual, independent wisdom to decide what we should do, how to follow our heart, not following others' opinion. Talking about the restrictions and bound, Buddhism cultivation and Dharma are also the words from human being. They are also the restrictions that people set up. Actually, Buddha's Dharma can never be described by language. When Buddha transferred his Dharma to Mahakayapa, they just used an understanding smile without any words. Buddha didn't ask Mahakayapa to write an exam paper and told him what is Dharma, right? However, we human beings tend to label things, tend to draw a cycle. In this cycle, this is Buddhism Dharma. auto cycle, it is not. Just like when I started to post some Buddhism information in Facebook, there was a guy came to me so serious and talked to me, asked me to stop that because I'm not a monk or a nun, so I do not have any right to spread Buddhism Dharma. And now I have my Buddhism channel in YouTube. Some people came to me and asked me, do not wear those beautiful and sexy skirts because I'm spreading Buddhism Dharma. Interesting, hey? So what I want to say is the liberation we are pursuing is the enlightenment. And on the way to the liberation, you have to break the restrictions that people set for us. Then we can follow our heart. Just like Buddha taught us in the Diamond Sutra, you should understand that what I taught you, my Dharma, is just a raft for you. When you attain the enlightenment, you should let it go. Do not mention the things are non-Dharma. Okay, this is our Dharma talk today. Hope my story and my understanding could give you some inspiration of liberation, of Buddhism cultivation, of how to keep precepts and how important for keeping precepts. Thank you for your watching. I'm Grace. See you next week. Bye.